My name is Johnny Kuiper, and my presentation is on disaster management in Spain. The structure of the government in Spain makes for some pretty unique conditions. The smallest level of government lies with cities and municipalities, and next the power is transferred to 17 autonomous regions. They are Andalusia, Aragon, Asturias, the Balearic Islands, the Canary Islands, Cantabria, Castilla-La Mancha, Castilla and Leon, Catalonia, Valencia, Extremadura, Galicia, La Rioja, Madrid, Murcia, Navarra, and the Basque Country. These regions are responsible for civil protection, public health, and emergency services. Next is the national level, and then the international level. And due to the power structure and responsibilities assigned to the autonomous communities, Spain's emergency management structure is a bottom-up process. Participants in emergency management in Spain include localities who first use their first responders for emergency management, and each autonomous community has a civil protection unit responsible for emergency management. And at the state level, there is the Directorate General of Civil Protection and Emergencies, who is overseen by the Minister of the Interior. The Crisis Commission is made up of the Prime Minister, the Vice President, and the Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Defense, Economy, and Interior. However, the Prime Minister has the final say and decision-making power at the national level, and the rest of the committee is tasked with preventing, controlling, and managing crises under his direction. Internationally, Spain has relationships with France, Portugal, Morocco, and Israel. In times of disaster, if the disaster is so overwhelming and it can't be handled nationally, these countries do provide aid to Spain, and Spain would provide aid to them in the same case. The military also participates in disaster management. Spain has the Spanish Emergency Military Unit, and their mission statement is to interconnect state and regional agencies and private corporations in charge of the critical infrastructure and involved in crisis management to ensure exchange of relevant information during the conduction of disaster management. They serve as a supplemental division of emergency management that works to connect the different levels of government in times of disaster. The Spanish Red Cross is also an instrumental part in disaster management. Each autonomous community has a regional committee, and the Red Cross is composed of paid staff and volunteers in their 730 regional branches, 50 provincial committees, the 17 regional committees, and the national level committee. Their mission is to be closer to the vulnerable in the national and international levels through preventative actions, assistance, rehabilitation, and development. Natural disasters that affect Spain are flooding, drought, wildfire, hurricanes, volcanoes, severe storms, and earthquakes. Technological disasters are terrorism, war, chemical spills, and mining disasters. And disasters that have shaped policy in Spain include the 1998 mine disaster, in which a retaining wall burst, sending mud and acid water into the Guatemala River in Seville. The disaster polluted water, killed fish and crops, and even wiped out entire species. No plans were in place before the event for such a large-scale disaster, and the need for plans included developing them from scratch, and planning ensued for future events of this type, and now plans are in place in each locality for such a disaster. The Prestige oil spill in 2002 was caused by a breakup of the Prestige oil tanker that was carrying 77,000 tons of oil. Almost 50% of the Spanish coastline was polluted, including about 125 miles of protected areas. No plans were in force, again, for marine or oceanic disasters at the time, and an early prediction system was developed which allowed for a 48-hour prediction of contamination flow based on current tide and wind. Localities were faced with situations they were not prepared for during the disaster, and response was very confused, so better training and planning for such disasters were developed at the local levels for the future. And in 2004, terror attacks on Madrid's commuter train system killed 191 people. Large-scale disasters, while they were not unheard of at the time, were rare, and response was very confused and a little bit slow. IBM helped implement the computer system Indra that allowed for a 25% faster response time, and it organized command and promoted better planning strategies. Every country has certain obstacles to advancing policy. In Spain, as well as a lot of parts of Europe right now, economical restrictions affect progress pretty negatively. The Spanish Red Cross spends a lot of time during the recession raising money for citizens. They use the money for their basic needs like food and shelter. And they do this instead of working on policy for disaster relief. Their efforts to protect the poor, though, will probably pay off in times of disaster because they are helping shrink an already large special needs group, which is the poor. Emergency services also resist change. According to Carisi, changing policy is the same as admitting you were doing something wrong in the first place, and people will then start to doubt the validity and efficiency of the system.